Hey, good morning, everyone. I know I'm a little bit late to this, but might as well hop on it now. I got to get back in the swing of making videos. I've been gone for a couple days. Some stuff came up, so I've just been gone for a little bit. But hey, everyone, Daunter here. We're gonna be talking about some new reveals for Terrestrial Festival. It's gonna be a really good set from what I can see. But yeah, I'm also gonna be talking about the individual artists who drew all the new special illustration rare Pokemon revealed individually, so you can get a little bit more of a closer look at them as artists. So yeah, firstly we have the Iron Hands. This is gonna be by Kazumasa Yasukuni. We're just gonna jump straight into it because I already did the evolutions. But yeah, this is just gonna go straight into the Pokemon. So we have the Iron Hands by Kazumasa Yasukuni. I really love the yellow outlines all around everything. You have it around the Iron Hands itself. You have it around all these rocks, all these like clouds. You have all the crystals and stuff like that, and the mountains in the background. You have like this electricity kind of shocking thing right here. I don't exactly know what that is, but it's cool. We have a very nice looking spacey background. It looks like Iron Hands is floating on a distant planet. Iron Hands looks really nice, just like illustrated very, very nicely. Like its hands, like all the individual pieces of it are all just like really, really nice looking. Kazumasa Yasukuni, very, very recent artist, debuted in Twilight Masquerade. They did the Zero Aura art rare, for those who know. You could clearly see that the artist is probably, the same or similar. They've been doing a couple cards of the Scarlet and Violet era, but they're already starting to become like one of my personal favorites. I already started a little collection of them. This is going to be a very hard card to add to the collection since it's going to be kind of expensive, I'm sure. But anyways, next we have the Iron Valiant. This is by Dan Xiao. I like this card a lot. I think that the background does a lot to add to Iron Valiant as a Pokemon, like its personality, because you have like the destroyed ruins of it's pretty much like walking in its wake. You have the Iron Valiant throwing its scythe, which is a very cool position to be in, like a front-facing, like straight-on view of Iron Valiant throwing its scythe. The cracks in the floor, you have all this like these different effects, and the nice pink outline brings it all together. I think that the pose and like the kind of expression on its face is really interesting. Dan Xiao is a very, very recent artist, started in Twilight Masquerade. That's what they got their first card. So yeah, they've just been kind of going off recently. This is kind of a departure from their typical style because they have like these super, super thick pink outlines around the Pokemon. Usually for their cards, we do not see super thick outlines. They're usually very thin. Their cards usually look very like, I don't know, kind of controlled and like just very, very nice looking overall, but just interesting and kind of, they usually don't have any outlines at all. So this is a very interesting departure from that. Next we have the Iron Crown. This is by Okubo. I really love the grid effect that you have in the background. It's kind of like a spotty background, right? So you have like the grid, and then you have like the normal, and then you have the grid, and then you have the normal. Kind of like cloudy almost. You have all these wispy effects around the Pokemon. The Pokemon itself looks really cute. Just like a nice, like, it's a bunch of blue, but it all blends well together. Kind of looks like this is a cloud that's raining. You have a bunch, like these two lines coming down, and it creates like a very beautiful scene. And you have a nice, very, very textured moon in the background. Okubo is an artist who's, again, very recent Scarlet and Violet era debut in Obsidian Flames. I've also really liked their cards. I started a collection of their cards pretty recently. Really love their Arbok from Temporal Forces. I think you would probably see that it's the same artist. It's kind of like, it's just because they don't usually do super thick colored outlines. Usually their outlines are always black, but these deep colored outlines are really eye-catching, I think. So it's really interesting to see that Dan Xiao and Okubo are both using these like super colorful outlines on these cards. But yeah, this is a very nice looking card as well. We have the Sandy Shocks by Tetsukayama. Again, another artist that I'm collecting. I really love Tetsukayama's style. I think that this card is very cute. I like it more than the original Sandy Shocks. I think that the deep foliage is really nice looking. Like you have all different kinds of plants. Like every single one that you look at is completely different from the other one. It's a nice scene. It's just like a very eye-catching, very appealing card. And again, Tetsukayama is an artist who debuted in the Scarlet and Violet era in Obsidian Flames. You have a art rare from 151, if that jogs your memory. I feel like that's, a pretty well-known card because it's from 151. You have the Wug Trio art rare from Paladin Fates. Then you have the Salvatore alt art from Temporal Forces. And then you also have the Sandy Shocks, obviously. And the Noctowl from this is the promo, the ETB promo for Stellar Crown. So obviously this card is definitely more in their style. No like super thick outlines or anything like super kind of different from what their style usually is. I think that this card is really nice looking. I think it's very goofy, very cute, and it fits perfectly for a Pokemon like Sandy Shocks. I think that it's, it's a good card. Next we have the Roaring Moons by Shinji Kanda. People know who Shinji Kanda is. Shinji Kanda got their start in very late Sword and Shield era, so Brilliant Stars. They got their start with the Sock card. They moved on to the Giratina V All Art, which is one of the most popular cards in the Sword and Shield era, one of the most expensive, sought after, desirable cards. They did this very nice looking Galarian Moltres Sword and Shield promo. You have the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved, obviously, people going crazy over this card. This card looks very nice. It looks very different from how a lot of their other cards are. Almost just because, like, I feel like the background, I feel like the background is really, really detailed, but I feel like for cards like the Giratina, it's like super, super excessively crazy. For this one, it doesn't feel as excessively crazy, so I think that could be off-putting for some people who do like Shinji Kanda's artwork, but I think that Roaring Moon looks really nice in this card, and I really do like the background. I'm not saying that I don't like it, it's just a little bit less, like, crazy detailed as we would usually see from them, but it's a very beautiful looking card. Next, we have the Raging Bolt. This is one of my favorites in the set, actually. I think that Uninori, the artist of this card, is a really, really great up-and-coming artist. Again, very, very recent, getting their start in Temporal Forces. Super, super recent set, actually. They already have an art rare, though. They had the Flapple art rare on Surging Sparks. So it's really cool. They also have this Meowth promo as well, the one from the Starter Check Generations. So they're getting a lot of love, and this card is no exception. I think that it's a really nice looking card. Something that I really like about it is the kind of purple like the pink outline with the super dark yellow. I think that it adds together really nicely. The pose is super dynamic. You have Raging Bolt like roaring while one of its feet is up, and you have it like striking lightning down. I think the pose is striking. I think that the colors are really nice. And I like the kind of like the aesthetic with the background, like the wavy background. They have this really nice looking tree. Kind of looks like almost like a traditional Japanese kind of like illustration. So that's really cool. I really, really like that card a lot. And then finally we have the Kirin. This is by Iori Suzuki. Again, a very, very recent artist. They got their start in Surging Sparks, which is the second most recent set ever. So this is like their third or fourth card. Starter Check Generations, it hasn't come out yet, so we don't know about that. But yeah, this is literally only their second or third card. So that's pretty crazy to me. This card looks really, really nice. I really like the colors. I think if I had to pick one thing that I really like about this card, it would be the colors. I think that like they did a really great job when it comes to capturing this like simple expression, but kind of like a contempt, but a very subtle contempt expression off of Kieran's face. So I think that looks really nice. And then you have like you have Carmine in the background and Briar with the sun rays. I'm sure this card is gonna look great in person with all that extreme crazy texture. For the first trainer revealed for the set, I think this is a really good one. I'm not like the biggest Kieran fan in the entire world, but I can appreciate the artwork. So yeah, this is Trestle Festival. I'm gonna be making probably one or two more videos for the rest of the reveals. But yeah, this is the set, right? This is the set. We're gonna have Evolutions, and then we're gonna have all the popular Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, right? That's what's going on with this set. So people might like that, people might not like that. It's really just gonna be a matter of time. I feel like a lot of people would have preferred other Pokemon like Rayquaza or Giratina, or even Pokemon that aren't super like popular, not as popular as those Pokemon, like maybe like Meganium or like Superior or like any of the starters maybe. We don't even have the starters from Scarlet and Violet in this set, to be fair. So that's kind of crazy for a set that's all about the Scarlet and Violet era. I think it would make a lot of sense to bring back the starters from the Scarlet and Violet era instead of more Ogerpon All Arts. That's the thing, is that we don't know the rest of the cards being revealed, but we can pretty much piece it together if they're just going off of what's in the main set. We're gonna have a Ogerpon All Art. We're gonna have Iron Leaves. We're gonna have I don't know, and we're gonna have 4 total Ogerpon All Arts. So that's for what it's looking like. I really hope that that's not the case, because that would be extremely disappointing. I feel like Ogerpon had its own set with 4 All Arts in it. I don't think it needs 4 more. The first one that they revealed is perfectly fine. I think it's an alright. It's a decent looking card. It's not my favorite or anything, but does it really need 4? That's up for debate, I think. Instead of 4 All Arts for Ogerpon, they could use those 3 slots for the 3 starter Pokemon. or you know, they could have used it for whatever, that, you know, like Giratina, Rayquaza. They could have used it for different dragon type Pokemon. They could have given, I don't know, like there's a lot of different options that they could have done, and unfortunately they just chose to you know, keep projecting Ogerpon onto us. I feel like Ogerpon is a Pokemon that I don't mind. I actually quite like Ogerpon. I thought it was a pretty cool, like a pretty cool DLC Pokemon. But yeah, I just don't really care about it enough to get more, you know, even more alt arts for it, even though it already got, because it already got 4 in Twilight Masquerade. That's like plenty. It's way more than enough. Those artwork for those cards have to be like perfect for me to not have any complaints. Perfect. Like actually like top tier, like 100%. Like they have to be like the best looking cards in the Scarlet Valley are the Ogerpons. So yeah, that's my opinion on what's going on with Terrestrial Festival. If you guys have any comments, concerns, or you know, you like the setup for this video, how I did that with like the individual artists, just let me know. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.